him, come to find out he was on a date. And it just was like, listen, I can't be mad at the man. You can tell that Aaron is resisting like this, like, pick somebody else. We all know the answer to that. It's for the show.
Back up on my bullshit, back up on the scene. Done dealing with you, don't know how to deal with me. Done fucking with you, don't know how to love me.
Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. Hey girl, hey, what's up? So today we are going to be reviewing Love Without Borders, obviously season 1, episodes 7 and 8. Because, you know, last week I kind of went MIA, but I'm back. So we're going to be doing episodes 7 and 8. So let's get into it. So I don't recall, like, if I said Happy New Year yet, even though it's the end of January. But Happy New Year. It's a new year, 2023, baby. We coming after everything. And that's on period, okay? But, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please take the time to do so now. Help a queen out. I'm trying to grow this channel, so I need your help. I need you to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and just go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, baby. Okay, so let's talk about Naim and Chandra this episode 7. We see Chandra kind of like cry and break down when she is talking to the matchmaker. And what I've been able to deduce in terms of like Chandra and her vibe is that she is very rude and nasty. And as I'm watching the episodes more and more, I feel like I know why that is, but I'll save that for episode 8. But she cries to the matchmaker or whatever. Then her and Naim talk about Enrique. And I just feel like, again, like I said, that was just very inappropriate. If you are trying to get to know somebody and work on something with this person, then it's like, why are you sleeping in the bed with your ex, right? But later on in the episode, Naim does something really, really sweet, and he says that he wants to get a handyman to fix the door that her ex kind of like punched and broke. And I thought that was really nice of him. And again, she got kind of like emotional, and I know he was just kind of feeling like, okay, like, you know, do you want me to do it? Do you not want me to do it? Is it too soon? Like, what's going on? So it was nice to see in that moment, like, him do something nice and her receive it, because I feel like the annoying thing with some women is when and Naim is kind of annoying. I'm not going to tell you no lie. He is. But ultimately, I do feel like he is a nice person. And I feel like a lot of the times with nice men and a certain type of a woman, they take the person being nice as a weakness. And it's like, that's not a weakness. This person is kind and they are trying to be gentle and caring, and you take it as them being weak and soft. And it's like, no, never take somebody's kindness for weakness. But I'm getting off topic. But so I thought that was really nice of him to do that for her, even though she's been being a bitch to him, if we just really gonna keep it a buck. So I thought that was nice of him to do. She opens up in this episode about like her domestic abuse and stuff like that. And if I'm not mistaken, they even gave each other like a hug. So that was nice. So now let's move on to Dana and Brian. So in this episode, Dana is singing on the street, and it looked like it was freezing, okay? So to see her like still hitting her notes and just really keeping everything together, I was like, okay, girl, you better have control over your voice. Get into it. So that was nice to see, but it looked so cold. Then we get Brian showing up while she is like singing on the street to kind of like be supportive, and I thought that was nice. But it's like, I feel like with Brian now, I don't know if either he was lying the whole time about like all of the advances that he was making toward her, or if he's still just trying to like sabotage because he feels like she is older. I still can't tell. So it's like, either way, to me, he's giving disingenuous vibes. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I can't really like believe the stuff that he says. And I feel like she feels apprehensive about believing what he says and what he does as well. And it's because like, you do one thing, or you say one thing, you do one thing, then you say another thing, then you act in a different kind of way. Like, what's up? To be honest, that was really all that was going on in this episode with Dana and Brian. So So now let's get into Aaron and Myel. So in this episode, Aaron and Myel, they call Erica to basically see if he could go home. I felt like that's kind of what they were doing. Like, we kind of feel like we just friends. Like, what's up? Like, how can I get out of this? And I felt like she didn't really like ask questions or listen to what they were saying. She just kind of was like, stick it out, basically. And it's like, no, Miss Girl, they are calling you because they don't feel it. And at what point do you just throw in the towel? It's not working. You know what I'm saying? And then I felt like Aaron was trying to make it seem like, oh, he want to keep going. But it's like, no, you don't. And then Myel, I feel like he is so optimistic and he is really trying to get the best out of this. So when Aaron says, okay, well, maybe like I want to see where this goes, Myel is like, okay, well, maybe I was going to give up too quick. And it's like, no, you weren't. You were not going to give up too quick. You were going to give up right on time because this is not moving towards anything. It's been over a month and y'all still haven't made any real progress. What's the point? So to me, I felt like Myel was kind of second guessing his initial decision to be like, look, obviously it ain't here with you. So, you know, but it's like, no, I felt like that was the right notion because it's not working between them. But they basically say that they're going to give it another try and they're going to keep going and see where this goes. And then later on in the episode, they do like a paint and sip kind of thing. And then they paint the penises and all of that stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's cute, but it's giving like friend vibes, especially on Aaron's. And I feel like Myel is attracted to him. He would want to like go further, but it's Aaron who is just really not feeling it. And you can tell it bleeds through the screen. And I don't even understand why he is still out there wasting this man's time. So now let's get into Carmen and Phillip. So they go out to meet Carmen's friends or whatever, and they are having drinks. And I felt like I can't remember who it was that made the comment, like, you know, almost shaming him because he didn't want to have a drink. And I feel like you could still be fun and not drink. Some people anyway, because some people, they just so like stuck up and prudish that like you need them to like have some alcohol in their system. But for a lot of people that are just generally fun, you don't need alcohol to be fun and to have a good time. I mean, it does flow and help, you know what I'm saying, like get things going, but I feel like you don't need that. I feel like he could have still had fun without like having the drink. But later on he did end up ordering a drink, and I felt like, you know, he was taking one for the team, and that was nice of him. But it's like he didn't really have to do that. Like you could still have fun. But then we found out later on in the episode that Carmen didn't come back with him. I felt like that part was a little bit unclear because he was saying that she didn't come home, but she was saying that like she went to the next spot, and I'm assuming that like she came home at some point, because where else would she have gone? I don't know. But he was saying that she didn't come home. So I don't know if he was saying that she didn't come home with him when he came home, or if she didn't come home at all. But I feel like, so here's the thing, right? On the one hand, it's like this person is here and being intertwined into your life. So in some ways, I feel like if they are ready to leave, you kind of should leave with them because they are here only and solely because of you. But then I also feel like if you the kind of person where it's like, no, go do your thing. Like, go have fun. And then you want to go home and then a person decides to go to another spot. I feel like it really should be nothing wrong with that. But Carmen could have communicated with him if she was not going to come home at all. Again, I don't know if she didn't come home at all, or if she came home. I don't know. But if she was going to not come home at all, she should have communicated that to him. And if she was going to come home much later, like at 7 o'clock in the morning, a simple text like, I'm alive, I'm okay, I'm still out, I'll be home soon, or whatever the case may be, just so the person is not worried about you. I think she had already said in the beginning, like, that she liked to party. So it just really will depend who is willing to either party with her or be okay with her, like, just turning up. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think she was doing anything inappropriate, but I don't know. Maybe she was. We don't know. They didn't show us that part. But I know, like, for me, I rarely get to see, like, my best friend and, like, hang out with my sisters and stuff. So when I do go out with my best friend or my sisters or something like that, I'm not watching the clock. Like, I want us to have fun and really enjoy ourselves, because it's going to be a minute before I see you again. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I feel like either way, she could have communicated with him. Okay, so now let's get into Shreyas and Garlene, because Gurleen is just, oh my, she really upsets my spirit. Like, for real, she is so mean towards Shreyas. And I feel like, okay, if you and him don't have a connection and there's no romance, that's fine. But why are you being mean to him? Like, she is almost acting like she's mad at him because they don't connect romantically. And it's like, if you don't connect with him romantically, that's okay. You don't have to be a bitch towards him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she is so mean towards him. So anyway, they called the matchmaker, or they talked to the matchmaker or whatever about the whole equal rights argument. And he was feeling some type of way because she started to record them when they were in the height of the argument. And she says that she was doing it so that they could talk about it later. But it's like, that would be annoying to me. Like, why are you pulling out a camera and we having a heated discussion? Like, why are you doing that? But they both kind of agree that, like, it's no romance between them. They don't have a connection or whatever the case may be. And then the matchmaker says that, okay, well, Gurleen, we're going to allow you to go home because I think it's best for your mental health. And then Gurleen is like, no, I don't want to make it seem like I'm leaving because of my mental health. No, it's not because of my mental health. It's because we don't have a connection. And it's like, then the matchmaker was like, girl, I just talked to you earlier and you said that it wasn't good for your mental health and that you needed to leave. Like, why are you detesting what I'm saying as if you didn't say that? So, and then they showed the flashback of her saying exactly that, like, it's not good for my mental health, whatever. And so she just is overly complicated and I don't understand why. But just like a little sidebar, I knew something was up when, like, I was searching all over the internet for a picture of them two together, like how everybody else has. All the other couples, even Naim and Chandra, have a picture of them together, like, that they took. Whereas, like, Gurleen and Shreyas, the only shots that I could find were, like, shots of them while they were taping, not, like, photos that they took. You get what I'm saying? So I felt like, this is a little strange. But we see, like, Gurleen goes home and she does not even say bye to him. She is just out, not a word. And it's just like, yo, again, what? Like, you could have been like, yo, we didn't work out and that sucks, but I'm leaving. I wish you well. Like, something. She is mean. She is mean. So then, like, Shreyas basically has to break the news to his family, right? And he says that around his family, she was able to, like, be so jovial and upbeat and nice and sweet. And it's like, I noticed that too. And I think I said that in a video prior, like, around she has the ability to be, like, upbeat and light and fun. But for whatever reason, when around him, she has such animosity and there's so much tension, and I don't understand why. It's very, very weird. But he kind of, like, pointed that out too when talking to his family, because his family was kind of feeling like, you know, they wasn't really happy about, like, them kind of going their separate ways. And he, like, basically, y'all ain't have to really deal with her. When y'all was around her, she was happy and all of that. But with me, I ain't getting none of that. And it just sucks, like, for real. Then we get the matchmaker coming to talk to Shreyas, and Shreyas is going to be getting a new girl. But that was, like, the end of that episode. So now we're going to move on to episode 8. Okay, so now let's just continue with Shreyas since we are talking about him. The new girl arrives, and I like that upon, like, them initially meeting, like, he felt like she had just such a better energy. And that is important when you are having to be around somebody a lot and their energy is not right. It directly affects you. So it was nice to see that, like, you know, he was feeling her energy. Now, I believe her name was Gabby. Gabby from New Jersey. I know her. We actually went to high school together. No, I'm just playing. You know how people love doing that. I know her. It's like, no, you don't. But no, she is from New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. Born and raised, baby. But yeah, I feel like I don't know if Gabby and Shreyas long term will be a match. It's nice right now. You know what I'm saying? Because she seems upbeat and fun and all of that stuff and just a breath of fresh air. But I don't know if they will be like a match for real. But I did love to see him laugh and have fun. And it was sad when he said, like, with Gurleen, he was having to literally think about every single thing that he said out of his mouth. But with Gabby, he is able to just kind of like be more of himself. And that was so nice to hear him say, because it's like nobody want to feel like that. Like they can't just be because they are scared that they're going to offend you or set you off. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not fun to be around. But it was nice to see him like come alive and laugh and smile. He was even like dancing in this episode. I was like, yes, you deserve that, because he does seem very, very kind and sweet and nice. And even Gabby said that she picked up on that as well, that he seemed like he had all of those things. And it's just like, he deserves that. He deserves to just let loose and really just be himself and be accepted for who he is. So now let's get into Naim and Chandra, because in this episode, for one, Naim is still on the dating apps and Chandra says that is inappropriate. And it's like, says the girl who had her ex-boyfriend spend the night at her house and sleep in the same bed with her. Miss Girl, if you don't go, I was going to say go to hell. I'm not going to say that. If you don't get out my face, please. Like, she's talking about that's so inappropriate and she is so upset about it. And it's like, have you met yourself? Like, please stop. But we also get in this episode, again, Chandra just talking to Naim like a piece of trash. And it's actually disgusting. She is very rude and nasty, as I said. And I feel like the thing with her is she's really actually very unhappy. I feel like people who are unhappy with themselves or their lives or whatever, they are just so mean and rude to other people. Like, you ever met like a person where they just are so off-putting and nasty and mean for no reason, but it's because they're miserable. That's why. That's what the reason is. And not saying that that's a reason to be mean to other people, but I'm saying like it's from within them. It don't got nothing to do with you. Even though Naim is kind of annoying, but it's like it don't have nothing to do with him. She just is unhappy. And so to watch her just like talk to him like that was crazy. Like, this was a grown ass man. Why are you talking to him like that? And then we find out too that Naim lied about like going to the gym. Come to find, I cannot be mad at the man. Like, girl, it ain't happening between me and you. You're a bitch and I need to go like have some fun before I lose my mind. But I feel like in that essence, then he should just leave and be like, you know what? It ain't working between me and you. So I might as well just like go home instead of trying like using her house as like a place to live to like hang out with other girls. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. So now let's get into Phil and Carmen. So they are still talking about this her not coming home thing. And then she says that she came home, but she was sleeping all day. And that's why I guess she took a long time to respond to his message, if she responded at all. He says she didn't respond. She says she did respond. We don't know who to believe. They didn't show any like text messages being sent or not being sent, so we don't know. But again, like I said, she could have just communicated with him like, yo, I'm still out, or yo, I just got in but I'm about to crash, I'll talk to you later, or something. Communication is key. But they kind of like get heated with each other, and then she walk away for a second and then she come back. They ultimately like clear the air. And then we also get in this episode Phil going to do music, and that was nice to see like him just really like come up with the hook and all of that stuff. And then when he played the song, I was like, I like that song. Like, it sounds really, really nice. But I love when Carmen was like, how you gonna be talking about being inside my body and all of that, and you never even touched me? Like, I was like, yes, girl. But no, I've been wondering that, like, are they ever gonna like at least kiss each other? Like, dang, it's been like a month, over a month, and still not even one kiss? That's weird. So let's get into Dana and Brian. So in this episode, first of all, Dana can't drive. Okay, she can't drive. Well, it's like he was nervous in that car. I felt like she was so many times about to literally like run up into the curb. But in this episode, she poses a question to him like, do you see a future with me, or is it just like kind of on a friend thing? That was a very straightforward, direct question. And I felt like he didn't give a straightforward, direct answer. He kind of said, oh, I feel like it's more to you, so I want to see like what else is in here. And it's like, what? She said, do you see a future with me, or is it more so on a friend level? So it's like, he could have been like, I do. So like, cause even if at this point you don't, then say right now, I'm still not there yet, but I want to see what else there is. Or it's like right now I am feeling like we could potentially be together, but I do feel like it's more to unpack. But he just kind of said, it's more to you and I want to get into it. And it's like, what? And I feel like men do that to like avoid, for one, giving a direct answer so they can't be held accountable to the stuff that they say. Because it's like, if later on down the line, she like, I don't want to say that could be held against him, but it's like, you could use that as like a yardstick to measure like his actions. So it's like, if you say this, but then you're doing this, I can go back and say, well, you said this, but you're doing this. But they don't want to do that. They don't like to do that. Okay, so Aaron and Myel, it is Myel's birthday. Myel is just so cute and optimistic and fun, and I just like him. I do. I need to like go find his Instagram or something, because like we need to be friends. But it's his birthday, and I thought it was cute and sweet that Aaron planned like a little mini trip, since that's something that he usually does on his birthday. He usually takes a flight, but a mini trip nonetheless. And they go taste champagne, and I just felt like you could tell that Aaron does not like him in a romantic way. You could tell. All these opportunities present themselves for them to have like a little bit of a moment, and you can tell that Aaron is resisting like this, like, pick somebody else. Like, no, get somebody else to do it. Like, that's what it's given. And even like when New Year's came around and they did the countdown, they had the champagne, and he was hoping for a New Year's kiss, and Aaron was just like, nope, not gonna do it. Nope, I'm looking over here. Nope, I'm not. It's just like, then why are you still here? Why are you still here? I don't understand. Like, and then Myel even said out loud at one point, like, New Year's kiss. And Aaron just completely ignored what he said and was just like, nope, not me, girl. And it's just like, then go home. Go home, because you're wasting his time. If I was Myel, I would be like, okay, I'm not doing this with you no more. Like, we obviously don't have, you obviously are not into me romantically. So go home so you can get up out my space so I could like kind of get back to dating, because you're not the one. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that was it for this episode of, what's the show? Love Without Borders. So that was it for this episode of Love Without Borders. Well, these 2 episodes of Love Without Borders. Make sure you let me know down in the comments what you thought. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. Stop making me have to keep saying that. In 2023, just hit the subscribe button, period. Like, you know I'm going to ask you, so you might as well just do it beforehand, right? So you can be like, already did it, girl. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.